Pokrovsk, the key Ukrainian stronghold in the Donetsk area, is on the verge of collapse by late October 2025. Russian forces have almost completed a full encirclement, cutting off supply lines and trapping thousands of Ukrainian troops inside the so-called Pokrovsk Myrnohrad cauldron. At the start of September, Russian units controlled a 40-kilometer front around the city. Ukrainian defenses relied on a few urban bastions like Udachne and Dobropillia to delay the advance, but Russian elite naval infantry and airborne brigades transferred from Kherson and Sumy turned the pressure up. Throughout early September, Russian forces methodically captured villages east and west of Pokrovsk. Ukrainian drone footage confirmed heavy fighting in places like Pavlivka, Novokonamich, and Udachne. Each position lost meant another step toward isolation. By mid-September, the Russians were pushing street by street inside Pokrovsk itself. Drone videos showed Russian storm detachments advancing along Rosayska Street and raising flags inside half-ruined apartment blocks. The Ukrainians responded with precise FPV drone strikes, destroying dozens of armored vehicles, but the Russian infantry kept coming. The situation worsened as supply routes from the city of Konstantinivka were reduced to one narrow corridor, the so-called Road of Death. Russian artillery and loitering munitions targeted every truck or MRAP that tried to cross it. Ukrainian soldiers on the radio pleaded for water and reinforcements, saying they had been on the front line for over 3 months without rotation. By late September, the Russians had seized Udachne after 8 months of fighting, ending a crucial Ukrainian defense on the western flank. Simultaneously, they intensified attacks from the east toward Myrnohrad, using coal mine industrial zones as fortresses. The fall of one city would doom the other. In early October, Russia launched several massive armored assaults, some involving more than 30 vehicles and dozens of motorcycles, against the villages of Shakov and Velika Novosilka. Although Ukrainian drones destroyed up to 70 armored vehicles in a week, many Russian troops successfully disembarked close to the front. These attacks demonstrated that Russia still had enough armor and manpower to sustain offensives despite losses. As the weeks passed, Ukrainian positions inside Pokrovsk began to collapse from within. Russian detachments infiltrated through residential areas, industrial zones, and along the rail embankment. Ukrainian FPV drone footage showed small Russian squads popping up all across the city, evidence of a patchwork of new Russian control zones forming like oil stains. By mid-October, the western exit of Pokrovsk was cut off. Drone recordings revealed ambushes against Ukrainian patrols inside the city center and even surrender attempts by isolated defenders. Myrnohrad, just south of Pokrovsk, came under relentless shelling from Tornado G, MLRS, and self-propelled howitzers. On October 20th, Russian units reached the central train station and the high-rise residential district, symbolic confirmation that the heart of Pokrovsk had fallen. With the last supply road under drone surveillance and within a kilometer of Russian troops, Ukrainian forces faced the same nightmare that occurred in Bakhmut and Avdiivka. By late October, both Pokrovsk and Myrnohrad were essentially surrounded. Analysts estimate that as many as 10,000 Ukrainian troops could be trapped if the final road is seized. The Ukrainian General Staff now faces a brutal choice: either reinforce the cauldron and risk a catastrophic encirclement, or execute an orderly withdrawal to a new defensive line further west.